Hey y'all, it's Hunter Elliott, rangehot.com. Hope everybody's doing well. This afternoon I'm wrapping up the review on a relatively new silencer from Inland Manufacturing. This is the PM-22 little rimfire can suitable for .22 long rifle. Got this a couple months ago. Been running it pretty heavy on the Ruger 2245 light as well as the Ruger 1022 takedown light. About 400 rounds, supers and subs, kind of intermingle between the handgun and rifle. Over those couple months and rounds down range, what have we learned? Well, right off the bat, obviously, the can runs 5.5 inches in length. Maybe not so obvious, 3.5 ounces in weight. MSRP is going to run about $189. Street prices, you know, will be better than that. And those numbers on the weight and MSRP are correct. And the way they're able to achieve that is, this particular silencer is running a monocore polymer baffle stack. That's right. This is a single piece of polymer that threads right into the end of this aluminum housing. And that's what makes your can. So I see a couple good benefits of this. Number one, it does keep the weight and cost down. So if you're looking to get into the NFA game and you're on a little bit of a budget, well, you're certainly not going to negotiate with the ATF on that $200 tax stamp. You're going to have to spend that, good, bad, right, or wrong. But you do have some options as the end user on what particular can you run. So if you're on a pretty tight budget, you've got a decent option here with this PM-22. Something else that I see, and maybe a little bit more importantly, is anytime manufacturers start doing R&D with stuff, thinking outside the box, generally speaking, I think the shooting public will benefit. I mean, when I first got into the game, I never saw any kind of handguns on the range with polymer receivers. And I have to imagine when they first started kind of thinking that out and putting it on the drawing board, there was a lot of folks scratching their heads going, well, there ain't no way in hell that's going to work. Now you see where we're at. So that's something to consider. I mean, this is new. This is different technology. All that's going to do is open up more options and more possibilities for the shooting world. And so I see that as a win-win. It is very comparable as far as suppression levels to any of the other rimfires I've run. 10 rounds of Gemtech subsonic through the 2245 handgun ran about 73 decibels to the ear. 10 rounds of the subsonic Gemtech through the Ruger 1022 takedown light, 68 decibels. Now here again, disclaimer, my sound meter always measures the sound pressure wave in its entirety, basically what you hear to your ear. It does not measure peak sound, so kind of keep that in mind. To give an example, average human conversation probably runs somewhere around 60 decibels. When you're making your favorite margarita there, your blender runs probably about 90. So that'll give you a reasonable understanding of the levels of suppression when running subsonic 22 long rifle through the can. Now I recognize the fact when you run supers, it's going to be quite a bit more louder because even suppressing the report, when it breaks the sound barrier, there's nothing you can do about that sonic crack. That's just a fact of life. So we got that. That being said, it did not affect any kind of reliability or accuracy out of the handgun or rifle. Shot the handgun out at 25 feet, shot the rifle out at 25 yards. Groups with or without the can, same. So the only thing it changed was obviously the report. Now, don't feel like you've got to write all this stuff down. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers out there, but there's going to be an article on rangehot.com that's going to have all this information as well as more of the technical information. So if you got any questions, you can jump over to rangehot.com, read that written article. Past that, you know, you can always reach out to me. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. You can always reach out to the good folks at Inland. Got a lot of confidence in them. Even you, Ron, you know what I'm talking about. So there's if you're looking for more information, it's readily available. So feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you think. Did you like it? Did you not like it? You got any questions? You think it's weird? You got any input? You got any thoughts on a little rimfire can with a polymer baffle stack? I mean, this is, like I say, pretty new technology. So I would be interested in hearing what you think. Keep in mind, like I talked about, manufacturing, thinking out of the box, R&D, different materials. Kind of keep that point in mind as you're watching this and going over in your head. So I don't want a bunch of YouTube or Facebook commandos just sending me piles and piles of hate mail about this being not what they want. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. I totally get it, but recognize the fact that there are people in the shooting sports that would be interested in this, as well as the potential technology to come along because someone's trying something different. That's the way I look at it. So Take it for what it's worth. Your mileage may vary, so on and so forth. That's really about it. I'm going to wrap this up. Reach out to me, let me know what you think. Love to hear the feedback, good and bad. Want to take care of yourselves and each other? Look forward to seeing you at the range.